Hey everybody, Fallout Starcraft 2 Noob is here once again. So here we are, match number 5 of my Practice League adventures. So this time it is me, the Terran in blue, versus NathNYP, the Terran in red. So this is my, this is my first Terran on Terran match, so I'm still sticking to kind of the same formula that I wanted, that I've been carrying for the last few games, which is basically just build up an army of mostly Marines and Marauders. I deviate a little bit from what I should be doing on this. How do I want to say this? I tech up a little bit the wrong way. All I do is throw down a factory later on. But we'll just sort of focus as we're going on here. Right now, I decided I was going to practice my wall-in on this particular map just to make sure I could get the timing right, get everything up. Granted, again, I don't really have a risk of a wall-in thing, and I knew I didn't really need to worry about spreading out my forces on this particular map against Terran, because they're not going to be... I'm not going to get scouted by air by Terran. Zerg? Maybe. But not Terran. As far as my opponent goes, he's starting to build up pretty close to his ramp. He's got his barracks going up just on the ramp into his base. Refinery's up. He's doing pretty good. Now, as far as supply goes, at this point we're both pretty even. I got a slight lead as far as workers go. Obviously, I haven't started working on any kind of an army yet, but we're keeping pretty consistent. Now, he's going to do something that I did not do in this particular match, and that is expand. I don't actually start expanding in my games until match 6, which you'll see that soon. But I am getting pretty good as far as getting supplies going. I got that working out. Here we go, starting to produce some Marines. Got those in there. Not a whole lot else going on. Here we go, turning into my orbital command. As far as my opponent, he's still on a standard command center. He's got a bunch of SCVs queued up. So he's working on getting his supply up, that's for sure. I think he's looking to do the expand. Here's his little lone SCV down here, putting up another supply depot on my end. What I do, instead of throwing a supply depot here, I instead just throw on the reactor. And I should be doing that any moment now to complete the wall in. Yeah, there we go. So I throw it on the reactor instead to complete the wall in. And I got my second barracks going up right here. So there's my lonely little Marine. Just wanted to get him out there just in case he decides to do some early scouting. I'll have something to pick it off. Granted, you know, early is relative in a map that has giant rocks in your way. But I digress. This is me just sort of testing the wall-in. I'm kind of not familiar with using this as a wall-in tactic, but it does work, so I dropped the barracks, and now we're going to clear out the rocks here. Back up on this end. He's doing the same thing. Well, he starts doing the same thing. For some reason, he changes his mind. He gets this. This is about where he stops here. So he's got these Marines working at it. He gets those working for a little while, and then stops. I think he stopped because he's doing the expansion, and figured why would he ruin the one level of defense he has? Because here I am taking down mine. I got my Marines again queued up. Big mistake. Right now I'm actually supply locked. So I've got that queued up. There's one supply depot going, second one in line. A tactic that I was taught by my mentor, Hipster, which is a nice thing for rookie Starcraft players to learn, is the ability to select like multiple SCVs and then queue up buildings just like you normally would, by like holding shift and then clicking out the buildings you want. Like at this point, like if I wanted to start broadening out into some supply depots back here, I could just select this chunk of SCVs, hit my hotkeys, in this case BS, then supply depot, supply depot, supply depot, supply depot, just right across the back here. And then, say I queue up 4 of them, 4 SCVs will break off and start building. Then I can direct them right back onto the mineral field, and we're good to go. So anyway, still producing some units here. I got this barracks in the back here, dropping out some marauders. Now on here, I'm queuing up Blue Flame, and I'm going to start making some Hellions. I actually got a little lucky when making Hellions in this map. Normally, I would not, or now, normally, I would not make Hellions. They're not really the best choice for, in my opinion, I guess, for Terran matches. They'd be really good for Zerg, because I'm dealing with a lot of weak, low armor units. But in this case, I don't know what he's got going on. I mean, if he's building the same way I'm building, these Marauders would rip him apart. And fortunately for me, he's building almost solely Marines. In fact, as of right now, we'll take a look at the supplies. He's got a much bigger worker lead on me because he's expanded, and he's got that going. But I have a much bigger army lead on him. I'm not sure what's going on here as far as the SCVs swapping places and then running back up here, and now he's setting it. I honestly have no idea what's going on right now. I really don't. But that's okay. Because here I am. I got a lot of forces here. I think what I'm doing at this point is just keeping an eye open. As I'm building up my army, I'm keeping them behind the wall. I have the supply depot down. I should probably have it up, but that's okay. I got these Marauders camped out on the edges so that if he does try to roll in this way with something, I can start picking them off early. I probably would, if I was going to do this, should fill in these gaps here with some Marines. Maybe another Marauder or two, and not just keep them all bunched up here. That's kind of useless that way. But anyway, still building. There's my first Hellion coming out. Got a few more in the works. A couple more Marauders. Still gathering resources. Should be dropping a mule right now. I should be. I don't think I do. I should be dropping 2 mules actually. I'm pretty sure I have the energy for it, but I'm not that smart. I am doing pretty well as far as minerals go. Gas is a little light. My opponent, however, right now he's drowning in supplies. And here again, I don't know what the hell is going on here. He's got these 3 SCVs. Alright, I think he finally realizes and he doesn't know what he's doing with those guys there, so he sends them into the supply line on his natural. So, smart move. Back over here, I've moved my army down, consolidating. I'm leaving these guys up here for now, just in case. I'm getting ready to do a push out. That's why I got all my forces bunched up here. But now I'm like, alright, let's get going. He's clearly not pushing in on me right now. Little do I know he's not going to be pushing out on me at all, not with an army like that. So as of right now, let's take a look. I'm still building up forces, not ready to quite move out yet. 47 to 12. As far as the army goes, he has a much bigger worker supply lead, but he's also drowning in supplies. Right now he's sitting at 1,500 minerals and almost 1,000 gas, and he's got nothing in production. I mean, he's got a bunch of like army going, which is, I mean, I guess that's fine. It's good to have some army in production. Now he's going to be putting his starport on the reactor. So he's got a decent strategy in mind, but here I am, I'm moving out. Now, right here, you're going to kind of see me pause my army here and start moving some stuff around. I had my Hellions kind of getting caught in the back end of my army here, so I grabbed them all and just kind of shoved them up front so that they could lead the way. Now here I move in, I see that this is partially damaged, kind of question that for a second, but here we go. We're forming the concave, blowing apart the rocks. He's got his army moving in. But this is all he's got, just Marines. These Hellions, Blue Flame Hellions, are going to tear them apart. Just watch, folks. So here we go. He lines them up just nice. He takes out a few of my Hellions, but I start ripping into him. I got that one Hellion left, that's going to go down, but that's okay. Really doesn't matter now. His Marines are done. I mean, if you take a look at the army, I may be down to 45, but he's only down to 3. And they are getting devastated as they come down the ramp. Now I'm clearing out the natural. I'm going to head into the supply line right here with my army pretty soon. I should have split off the back here and covered this exit, so I can, you know, come in from both sides and kind of crush them in the middle. But it doesn't really matter at this point. I'm pretty sure that this is it. I got a couple of siege tanks for some reason. Not quite sure what he was building up there, but that didn't last long. That Marine goes down, and this is pretty much it, folks. As soon as I get in there, he knows he's done. He doesn't have an army. All he has are these nice little SEVs, which I would have blown apart. All of these guys, of course. But that's it. So yeah, by the end of the match, I'm kind of drowning in supplies too. I'm at about 2,000 minerals, almost 700 gas, but I wasn't really focused on building at this point. I knew I pretty much had him on the run. I mean, if that was all he met me with at the gate, I didn't expect to see much more inside. He had this starport that he put on the reactor, but he didn't actually do anything with it. And he has almost 4,000 minerals and almost 2,000 gas. I'm pretty surprised he didn't actually queue anything up. But so it looks like this particular player had a good grasp of resourcing, of building workers, gathering resources in the expansion. That was smart. But he didn't build any army. And he was drowning in resources. He could have built so much and probably very easily countered what I dropped here. I mean, the siege tanks, I probably wouldn't even have done siege tanks. You know, thinking nowadays, these siege tanks seem a little unnecessary, maybe a little over the top. I might have had them, but I don't know if I would have pushed in with them. Maybe held them back to see kind of what resistance I was met with. Like I said, with the Hellions, I got lucky. The fact that he had solely Marines, which are fairly low armor, but they're kind of high DPS, but they're low armor, which is beautiful for Hellions to just rip through, especially Blue Flame Hellions. So I ripped those apart. Again, really lucky. He had no Marauders out. By the time he finally started pushing those Marauders out, in fact, I don't even know if he had much for Marauders. Yeah, he has both of his barracks. Oh no, he has barracks on the tech lab, but he's just queuing Marines. So, I don't know. Yeah, he didn't push any Marauders out. Not a good move. Marauders can respond pretty well to a lot of what I did here. I don't know if he had any kind of stim pack or anything researched. That would have been a pretty good idea too. Factory, starport just sitting there idle. And yeah, that was it. So, another win, another day. That's gonna be it. So I got match 5 coming up soon. And we'll see you then. Thanks a lot for watching. Again, you can follow my progress at Starcraft Noob, NOOB.tumblr.com. Again, check out my site gkick.net. You can also follow me on Twitter, and I keep forgetting to mention this. You can follow me on Twitter at gkick, Perry. That's me. I'm in Fallout. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.